Do you feel overwhelmed by the pressures of life, or as if you need to get a handle on everything around you? So many of us struggle with regaining control over our lives after we've lived through things like this crazy global pandemic. Jordan Peterson, the man whose wisdom has been viewed on social media and digital platforms billions, that's with a B, billions of times, sat down with me after overcoming his own personal crisis. He wants to offer 3 life rules to get you out of bed and through the day. What I love about the way you think of psychology is you give us specific action steps. So in order to regain control of your destiny, I want you to walk me through 3 that you've mentioned in the past. 1 is to compare yourself to the person you were yesterday, not to somebody else. How does that help you regain a vision for yourself?
Well, if you compare yourself to someone else, you're almost always comparing yourself to someone that you're jealous of, I would say, in some sense. And I mean, if you're psychologically healthy, maybe it's just someone you admire and you're trying to follow in their footsteps, but you have to be pretty pure of spirit to manage that. And generally, you're resentfully inclined to view someone else as more fortunate than you in some unjust manner. And it's not helpful because, first of all, it makes you resentful, and that's a cancer of the spirit of the highest order, resentment. And second, what do you know about them? You really want their lives? You really want their problems? They're not you at all. And you can be sure that no matter how successful they appear on the outside and how privileged, let's say, that they have no shortage of terrible problems. And you have your own problems, and that's your destiny in some sense to solve those problems. And then if you compare yourself to who you were yesterday, well, then that's the right control group, so to speak. It's the right comparison, because you could be slightly better than that. And I don't mean that in some insulting manner. I mean it in some genuine manner. You could be 1% or half of 1% better this week than you were last week. And if you do that for 2 years, you're a completely different person, and everyone benefits.
This is step 2, I'll say, is to treat yourself like you're worth helping, like you're worthy of investing some effort.
Perhaps you're worthy of investment nonetheless is quite the achievement, but it's something to practice, right? And you know, your conscience tells you that you should treat other people fairly and justly. You torture yourself if you don't, and they're people like you, and so you have to be included in that. And so you try to make the difficult decision that in some sense flies in the face of your rationality, that you're worthy of investment, and you start to treat yourself like you're someone who matters, your pain and your possibility. And that's not to baby yourself, far from it, but it's to treat yourself like you would like to treat other people if you were doing that properly. And that's a good thing to conceptualize and to practice.
You've argued, and this is step 3, is to befriend people worthy of you, people who want what's in your best interest.
You know, that's the crucial issue there.
And to accept that 3rd step, you also have to acknowledge that there's some people who are beyond help, that they aren't going to help you. They'll enable you. They may not want what's in best for you. And also you can't just wait for people to dig you out of the crisis that you're in. You need to actually proactively go out and find the people who can support your vision, your view, your dreams.
Yeah, you want people around you that will be happy if something good happens to you, and not happy if something bad happens to you. And that does require discrimination in your choice of friends. And it doesn't mean abandoning people in their hour of distress or anything like that. Certainly not. But if you've decided that you're going to treat yourself like you matter in some crucial way to yourself and to other people, then you don't want to be surrounded by people who are going to do what they can to put obstacles in your path when you're trying to make those incremental improvements. You want them on board. And maybe that means you have to have a fight with some of the people you love and befriend so that that is possible. But it also means that that's what you should be looking for when you're looking for some new people, say, to have around you, because then you're collectively doing it, and that's better.
I love Jordan Peterson. He has a way of lighting a path so we at least know where we are going. Now, accomplishing these 3 simple rules can help you make important life decisions and feel less overwhelmed, stuck, and lost. Here they are. You want to change and regain control. It's not always easy, but it's time that you recognize that you are a work in progress. So forgive yourself a little bit. Let's look at some of these health signs that you are becoming a better version of yourself. Let's start with the brain, right? As you work towards a better you, things begin to feel less foggy. Thoughts are clear, they're sharper, right? Our memory's there. Our emotions play a key role in our ability to retain and recall information. Then there's my specialty, the heart. You start to see signs of a healthy heart. Reducing your daily stress, for example, will improve your blood pressure. And it could also lower your risk for stroke and having heart attacks. Plus, it feels better. And then sleep. Improving daily habits can lead to a more restful sleeping process. Less stress can mean you actually fall asleep faster and you wake up more energized instead of staring at the ceiling all night long. As Jordan Peterson said, simply stop one thing, big or small, that's not good for you, and see what happens. You'll be able to bring everything that is unique around you into the world. To view this full conversation and more Jordan Peterson content, ranging from the philosophy of the Bible to the psychology of beauty, it's all there in an effort to help us find meaning and connection in life. So go to droz.com/Oztube.